और I do not know both of you, इनका so you, if you're going to, chalo, I'll come faster. I was just waiting for you. Why you people are taking so much of time? Okay, now let's start your NCERT today. I think we are going to complete this. Multiple methods and choice of methods. So you can see that we do not have only one method of getting into sociological truth. Okay? So you will see that we are having different methods, but most of the methods are coming out of two major branches, macro sociological methods or micro sociological methods. Write down this point. For example, if you are interested in finding out whether most Indians are having joint families or nuclear families, then interviews, case studies, or personal observation may all be appropriate methods. Okay. Then as you can see, then a census or survey are the best methods. But अब अगर आपको compare करना है more, अच्छा इसको पहले disturbing. आपका टेस्ट कॉपीज चेक हुआ है आदित्य? Last essay you are not coming on time. So basically, the first topic is about positivist method. If you just want to know the numbers, how many numbers we are having in any institute with respect to dropout rate, let's just say. So we are trying to know that in Karol Bagh Institute, how many students are enrolling, but or taking the classes in full, like in full duration. So for that, do I have to meet aspirants? No, I can just simply go to that institute and then I can have the access to data. For example, I have data. Okay. So I can tell that how many students are going to make it, what can be the strategy. So I am looking into the quantitative data, also in the qualitative data. So quantitative data, how it will come to know? By seeing your attendance. Okay, simple. So that is there in the class. And also there are lot many other parts. But want to know more about you, that what is your strategy, how you're preparing. I need to know qualitative, so I have to speak, I have to do observation, not many things. So we need to apply sociological methods as per our research question. And it is going to be wrong to say that quantitative plays significant role, but not qualitative or vice versa. Both methods are important. You need quantitative data and also you need rich details. Positivism is totally, you can say, relying on methodologies of natural sciences. Write down this. So basically, to find out sociological truth, okay, we are having methods, methodology. Keep making flowchart like this. Broadly, if I'll talk about, so it is like positivism, and it is like here anti-positivism. Now, definitely positivism can also ensure high degree of objectivity. Why high degree of objectivity? Because researchers are analyzing, or researchers analyze this figures, data. Okay? Documents. So he is not meeting respondents. Just to say that what can be your chances, aspirants' chances. I cannot be biased, no. I will only say that as per their attendance in classes is telling me this, that they are not serious or this and that. So I am not using my own values or own observation. मतलब ऑब्जेक्टिविटी आपने कल की क्लास देखी है तो बताओ मैं बता देती हूँ बट आपको कल की क्लास देखी होती तो आपको डाउट नहीं होता ऑब्जेक्टिविटी मतलब दैट एक्यूरेसी ज्यादा होगी इसमें so now if you are saying in terms of that people who have attended the classes will have the higher chances or the lower chances. So here objectivity means that you are not adding up or your own observation. So you are only writing your analysis as per your data given to you. So whether rape is increasing or decreasing, you people are not writing or shaping up by your own observation. Okay, you are just going and collected data from police authorities or government authorities on certain crimes. It means that you can have higher degree of objectivity because you can explain it in numbers. Okay, and then you are just telling it that it's only because of this particular observation which you have done from the data. जब आप डेटा देखते हो ना तो आपको बहुत सारी चीजें समझ में आती है. Okay, so today only I was just telling this part. There was a student in my previous batch. Okay, she could not write really good answers and she could not even speak good English. But today it was her eighth test and she's just writing like a topper. And the only point was I told her that you promise me your consistency and I will give you the result. जैसे वो एक बहुत फेमस लीडर है ना, तुम मुझे खून दो मैं तुम्हें, किसने कहा है, आप मुझे कंसिस्टेंसी दीजिए, क्लास में बस आप आइए और जो मैं आपको होमवर्क दे रही हूँ बोल रही हूँ वो कीजिए, यू विल सी द रिजल्ट. तो अभी उसका टेस्ट सीरीज का पूरा प्रोग्राम खत्म नहीं हुआ है एंड आई वाज सो इम्प्रेस्ड. आई हैव गिवन हर फुल मार्क्स आल्सो just because I know her journey. Okay, अब इसी में आप क्वांटिटेटिव एंड क्वालिटेटिव भी अप्लाई कर सकते हो. जनरली when I take test series for students, not my classroom students, so I like to meet them, I like to talk to them because until unless I do not know this person's quality understanding, I cannot simply give the marks. Okay, and you will also see that whenever I check the copies, eventually you will find I always call and then I explain. I don't hurt aspirant feelings like that because I know that it has a huge impact on your head. For example, you are very upset that you are not getting good score. It doesn't matter. You might be really lucky. आपको वही टॉपिक्स में से क्वेश्चन आ जाए प्रीलिम्स में जिसमें आपको अंडरस्टैंडिंग कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी है. बहुत होता है ऐसा. So your test in prelims does not matter anything, I would say. और वो भी ये कौन बना रहा है ये टेस्ट पेपर्स? आप ही जैसे स्टूडेंट्स बना रहे हैं. मैं आपको बहुत ब्रूटली ऑनेस्टली बता रही हूँ. They are making या एक बार ही प्रीलिम्स लिख दिया, मेंस लिखा होगा, इंटरव्यू फेस किया होगा, उनको सिस्टम में सस्टेन भी करना है. What they will do? They go for job, content writer job, and they do this questions only. Okay, but then yes, means it matters. Now are you understanding objectivity, high degree of objectivity, that I'm not going to add my own opinion. Now I don't have documents in front of me, and I am now involved, right? So now if I have to give a report that what I think that the students can crack this exam, right? So what I can say, my personal values can interfere, right? So I may like somebody कि मुझे अच्छा, मुझे जैसे कनिष्क मुझे बहुत खिला विला के ये सारी स्वीट्स मुझे इम्प्रेस कर, I am totally biased against Kanishk. If it is Kanishk or you, I would say Kanishk. मजाक कर रही हूँ, ऐसे नहीं है, but yes, it is, but natural, you cannot ignore your emotion. You will have emotions, no. This is what Max Weber is saying. I am a researcher, but if somebody would ask me, I would say, कि, are you understanding this? So my values can come in my analysis. So I might say, कभी कभी क्लासेस मिस कर देता है लेकिन सिंसियर है, ये है वो है, राइट? बट देन if I am a researcher, if I am bringing a good result, as this in the previous topic, in the previous paragraph, कल देखा था ना, that you need to have a value relevance, you need to check yourself what and on what basis you are saying that. So you need to just keep thinking on your emotions. Why are you writing this? What you are doing? So what you will do, you do multiple checks. So I can just prove, for example, in this Kanishka case study, I would say that it was her first answer where he was not even writing full paragraph in the second test, third test, fourth test, and these are the multiple tests he had given. So I can surely see this. So now I am assuring myself I have a proof. Okay, so that he has always given the test. Whatsoever, if he skips, he manages it. So both points have come up now. I can prove with my data also, with facts, number of tests, number of this and that, and also with my own observation. So here what is happening, I am applying both methods. But now can you understand that how a researcher can get influenced by their own thoughts? But then I always do this. And it is so true sometimes. Sometimes it's true. For example, you would see that you don't become a favorite of a teacher just like that, of or your parents. दो व्यक्ति ऐसी आपकी दुनिया में जरूर होंगे जो आपको बहुत डांटेंगे, एक आपके पेरेंट्स और एक आपके टीचर, लेकिन डेफिनेटली नॉट आजकल के टीचर्स. ओके, you would see this, and because you people are sitting in a market, so it happens. वो आपको खुद से सोचना भी पड़ेगा बाद में जाके, right? Up now, how a teacher or see for parents, बच्चे सारे ही अच्छे होते हैं, but they know that how taking some wrong steps can hamper their life, and it's natural to have expectation. I would be wrong to say that I don't have any expectation. I have expectation. I do work hard because I want to be the top most no irreplaceable Dr. Huma Hassan in the Karol Bagh market. कि Huma ma'am, बस Huma ma'am, right? I want to be. मेरी बात कोई नहीं सुनेगा ना ऐसे जब तक कोई टॉपर्स नहीं बोलेगा रैंक 1. टॉपर्स है मेरे पास, नॉट रैंक 1, और एक बार नहीं मल्टीपल टाइम्स. फिर मैं नजर नहीं आऊंगी इस मार्केट. लिमोजिन ऐसे नहीं होगा. होपफुली मैं ओपन बोल रही हूँ, मैं उतनी ही डाउन रूटेड रहूंगी जितनी आज. It's a expectation. So if your parents are expecting from you, don't question them. आजकल के फालतू के इन्फ्लुएंसर आ गए ना, they would say कि let them do what they will do, उनको डांटो मत, उनको बताओ मत. तो आप उनको नाइफ दे दो और बोलो कि डांटो मत, कटने दो हाथ. Similarly, you cannot tell your student, I mean, I'm not in the favor. I'm in the favor of Indian traditional teaching upbringing method, जहाँ पे चप्पल झाड़ू सब कुछ पड़ता है पेरेंट्स का. वैसे ही अपब्रिंगिंग करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. आज चोट लगी हो मामा, बॉयज आजकल ऐसे हैं. They can't think. They do not. They are questioning like this, that why in the metro I should vacate my seat for females. और हमारा लैंड में औरतों को पूजा जाता है. एंड देन इक्वालिटी इन द रॉन्ग वेज इज डूइंग दिस. आप में से कितने लोग हैं जो बॉयज जो सीट नहीं छोड़ते हैं फीमेल्स के लिए? बहुत अच्छा कर. देखो थॉट प्रोसेस, घमंड से कह रहे कि नहीं छोड़ता, नहीं होगा. अब नाउ when we will be talking family marriage kinship patriarchy and all, then I will tell you the perspectives on it later on, because अब फिर हम deviate हो जाएंगे इसके लिए, right? What I just want to tell that what is the problematic values. This is what Max Weber is arguing, that you cannot just simply understand this part by using some data. सर्वे करके आपको एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग मिलेगी, वो एक्यूरेट है, लेकिन यू नीड इन डेप्थ अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑन इट. So the root problem with all gender related issues in India, it's actually the problem with values. We have made females as goddess, but we are not treating our wives, daughters the way they should be get respected. So this is a major problem. Even today you would, I mean, see, I know in the Middle East, right? They may not have lot of autonomy the way West wants to have. So West का मतलब autonomy क्या है कि हम बीच में बिकनी में घूम रहे हैं तो हमारी autonomy है, लेकिन फीमेल नहीं घूम सकती. But counter argument, you can roam in bikini but one cannot roam in whale. तो अगर वो whale में है तो वो autonomy नहीं है. For example, you go to Rajasthan or you go to any villages, you will see the females are covered. तो अगर हम घूमते पे जा रहे हैं तो इंडिया में औरतों को फ्रीडम नहीं है. How wrong it is? You have a freedom to roam around in bikini or without any clothes, but we don't have freedom to have guntas. अगर हमारी इंडियन वैल्यूज हमको कवर अप करना सिखाए, what is your problem in that? So world is not what West is want to portray. If you go to the Middle East, so they are not having the kind of autonomy which West want, but they are having immense respect. वहां पे लड़के डर के रहते कि क्लेम ये ना शिकायत ना कर दे. You ask please question ना related to this. उसमें क्या है, हम भी अपनी ट्रेडिशन, it's not about tradition, it's about governance. वहां पे स्ट्रिक्ट लॉज एंड रेगुलेशंस हैं. ओके, वहां पे क्राइम रेट अगेंस्ट फीमेल इज ऑलमोस्ट 0, राइट? इन जापान ड्यूरिंग चिल्ड्रन सोशलाइजेशन स्कूल उनको सिखाया जाता है that you are finding female, you are finding pregnant ladies, pick up and leave the seat. It is not only with males, it is with females also. I have seen lot many females are not vacating their seat for pregnant ladies. For elderly people, they are not. And you may think that it's a very small thing to say. No, it has a broader implication. Because where in a country, in every second, females are being harassed or raped or molested, it requires excessiveness as per Imelda Durkheim, awareness and mechanism to solve their problem. And this is what I am explaining. You people can write and think, because you might can explain the same perspective during your interviews. So you can say the day we can make and generate this feeling, that automatically male think that it is the responsibility of them to leave the place if there are females in the metro. It means that higher gender sensitization is reached to that country. It is as simple as this. Because now, when you are looking at female standing, you are not only looking at the female standing, you are having empathy that okay, out of the two genders right now, you can say that physiologically, I mean, although I don't believe in this, that they are the weak. I mean, females are not weak, right? So they are losing blood every month. They are not weak. They are also managing and doing lot of energy to explain and maintain the life. They are not weak. During pregnancy, their body lose most of the calcium. They are not the weak. It is being portrayed. Now, when I am explaining all this point, how I am explaining this? In a deeper explanation. This is what Max Weber have said, that we are not dealing with natural world. We are dealing with humans, right? So they can change their mind. They can have lot many other understanding over there. So you need both. Okay. So here, anti-positivism and objectivity. So objectivity, as I have explained, can have high degree of objectivity because researcher is not involved into this. But you need to have subjectivity. You need to understand the context also. It is as simple as this. If you people are not having conscious, okay, that what you people have to do, you people are just not thinking, that means your empathy level is low. And if your empathy level is low, it's a serious issue. It's not about that nahi choda main kyun chodu. See, it's not at all that. It's all about morality, responsibility, being human. I not only vacate my seat, मैं अगर कोई और लड़का बैठ जाता है मैं उनकी सीट पे खड़ी करूँ. तुमको क्या हो रहा है? मेरे पास इतनी सारी वीडियोस है. फिर मैं उनको लेक्चर देना स्टार्ट करती हूँ. Then I have been told by my people, मैम ऐसे लेक्चर्स मत दो, आप ना टीचर हो. और ये मैंने कहा तो मैं बताऊंगी सच क्या है क्या नहीं है. So what am I doing? I'm just explaining day-to-day life का example with broader dimensions. That can only happen when you are not only looking from the content which is given, but you are thinking. Participant observation. Here you can say subjectivity. And here you are not only observing, but doing participant observation. Just write down participant observation. Here you can write down survey, census and all that. Okay. Now the counter argument can be why to do anything for females like this. They are already having two, section. I think two coach is two or one. One. How many coach? One coach is there, and then in every day there are two seats are there. So they can ask you a counter question. Why do we do this? You are already having reservation. So don't you think that males are not tired and they should not sit? You can ask counter question, right? So are you? So you have to question, then I will answer. That's what I'm trying to tell. If I'm a teacher, I'm saying this, then you will debate. You are debating on the right context because I was just telling you this. अगर आप randomly कुछ question पूछोगे तो फिर मुझे लगेगा why you are wasting your whole time. I'm just telling you, you need to understand this, that you have to tell the figures in. Every single second, as I said, molested and all this. Now, understand with participant observation, with scientific observation. Now, in a crowded coach where you are have to sit and the males are sitting. So females are not going to be harassed, but sorry, males are not going to be, but females are. Just like in buses, you see, and I have, as I have said, मेरे पास पूरा data to prove you. So now what you will see, I have observed in a crowded place, in a crowded coach or whatsoever, like bogie, even those females who are standing, they are being harassed by fellow male passengers. One thing you would say. Secondly, you would say that the process of UPSC learning has made me gender sensitized. Because the first question which I wanted to know that why UPSC is not charging fee from female candidates. So it means that female equality is still a long way to have. Now by doing this, I am also spreading a messages to fellow males that this should be the right conduct. Now you are talking like a bureaucrat. You know, I'm telling you on live, I have seen justice. Forget about UPSC aspirant. I think justice का एक level होता है respect का, and that too senior. Who am I? He didn't even know me, right? But he realized that I was like, sitting, I was there in that room, or I'm standing. He made a point and he asked, he stood from his chair and he asked, give a lady a seat first, then I will sit. And all the lawyers over there get thoda sa embarrassed. And the more you will go to the academic or the higher hierarchy, you will see the same. Not in politics. Okay, I'm talking about the learned people. They don't think like, I'm sorry to say, like goons. They think from a broader perspective. Are you all understanding now? So when you will have such understanding and then explanation, अब आपको समझ में आ रहा है what you can say, what you people, because you are living in India where they are not being treated like humans only. एक ऐसा देश जहां पे रेप करके उनको जला दिया जाता है, तो वहां पे हाई लेवल ऑफ सेंसिटिविटी चाहिए. आप नहीं कह सकते हो कि मैं भी थका हुआ हूं. आई डू नॉट नो, आई डू हैव सम मेल फ्रेंड्स लाइक दैट, लूजर्स, राइट? देखिए मैं भी तो थका हुआ हूं, उठते ही नहीं, बेशर्मों की तरह बैठे रहेंगे, और उनको लगता है ये तो बड़ी फेमिनिस्ट टाइप है. यू नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग. यू विल अंडरस्टैंड द डे इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर आईज, योर, एंड दे मेक श्योर, माय फ्रेंड्स, दे मेक श्योर अगर मैं हूं तो मुझे सीट सबसे पहले देंगे कि नहीं. अरे तो हो रहे हैं, लेकिन हमको और लेवल के लिए चाहिए जहां पे एटलीस्ट यूपीसी एस्पिरेंट्स आर नॉट डिबेटिंग ऑन दिस, नॉट सेइंग कि हम नहीं खड़े होते हैं. क्यों चाहिए वो भी आपको पता है. चेंजेस डेफिनेटली हो रहे हैं, और चेंजेस की वजह से ही एक्चुअली टुडे वी आर गेटिंग इक्वालिटी, एंड इट इज नॉट ओनली फ्रॉम द फीमेल एफर्ट. इन इंडिया इट इज लार्जली बिकॉज ऑफ द मेल. स्वामी विवेकानंद जैसे लोगों ने अगर आवाज नहीं उठाई होती फीमेल्स के लिए, देश नहीं बदलता. Okay, now all this explanation, do you think that I was just talking on the basis of only the survey methods, or is it also because of observation? So I am trying to see it, what is just not given in, like, in some data or something, that is what required. Why? Because we all are members of a society. The moment I have given the train ka example, you were thinking something, right? But then what I did, I added sociological perspective on it. So this is the difference between seeing the same scenario from sociological lenses. ठीक है, इसी पेज में आया था ना, that how sociologies are different from commoners. Quickly write down in a paragraph the example which I have given. In your own words, I will not going to tell, in your own words, the common scenario of metro which I have explained, and Shivans will write कि मैं तो नहीं उठूंगा, ऐसे भी इसने लिखा था. कोर्ट पे डालना, वन ऑफ आवर क्लासमेट से, मैं क्यों उठूं? नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं इसके साथ ट्रेवल करूंगी, फिर मैं देखूंगी ये सीट नहीं कैसी नहीं देता है, तब तो देना पड़ेगा, मैडम है ना मेरी। इस एंड क्लास तक तुमको मैं इतना ग्रिल करूंगी अब इस बात पे कि अब तुम ये कहोगे कि जो भी औरत दिखेगी मैं दूंगा, फिर तुम आईएएस ऑफिसर बन जाओ। जब नाउ यू कीप डूइंग दिस देन यू विल बिकम एन आईएएस ऑफिसर, आई विल प्रे देन। अब ये करेगा, मैंने इमोशन से ऐड कर दी। मेथोडोलॉजी जल्दी से लिखेंगे, एंड ऑल्सो यू वुड मेक दिस चार्ट गाइज, पॉजिटिविज्म एंटी पॉजिटिव, शिवांश फोकस हियर गाइज, positivism anti-positivism methodology here it is quantitative, somewhere you people have to write quantitative also. Here qualitative, and what then I have given explanation, Aditya, which example I have given, मेट्रो वाला, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे एक बॉक्स बनाओगे और यहाँ पे एग्जाम्पल प्लस एविडेंस करके इसको अपने वर्ड्स में लिखोगे क्विकली। आई एम गिविंग 5 मिनट्स। देखो मैं आज आपके नोट्स चेक करूंगी आदित्य, एंड टुमारो यू कम, but you are coming always late to 15. So what I have to do tomorrow, I have to give you 10 minutes or 5 to 6 minutes extra after class. अच्छा, so कोई no, but you come late no 2:15, तो आप doubts तो ले नहीं पाते हो, so I'll give you, yeah, or I'll give you a call. My assistant will give you a call in the morning. What is your date or like timing of classes in the morning? When you are free. Chalo, let me ask you. Right. So I'll give you a call around 8:15 or 8:30. I need to give you copies are checked. आपका जो आंसर राइटिंग है वो मुझे आपको एक्सप्लेन करना है. Okay. So multiple writing. Was that your first piece of writing? ठीक है. अब इसको improvise करना है. Okay. It is not at all bad. It's good. You know that aspirants are not even able to write what you have written. Okay. So you need to work hard. I have told you now. मैं आपका improvisation होगा. Just give doing the test, and you have taken all the program ना, पूरा ही लिया है आपने, हो जाएगा, don't worry, and it is not that bad which you were telling me. You are overthinking, or you may be comparing your answer with toppers every time. कौन सा सही है? दोनों? Which one is correct? टॉपर्स वाले से चेक कर रहे हो अपने आंसर्स बार बार? टॉपर्स को भी नहीं पता होता, शिवांश को पता थोड़ी ना वो टॉपर्स बन जाएगा, लेकिन फिर उसके नोट्स बिकेंगे। फिर एक दिन वो बोलेगा कि मैंने बहुत मेहनत करी थी, मैंने कोई कोचिंग नहीं ली थी, मैंने कोई हेल्प नहीं लिया था। हाँ हाँ, मैं आप तो मैम की क्लास में दिख रहे थे। हाँ वो पहले पुरानी बात है। क्या तुम पैसे लोगे मेरे से? बेटा प्लूटस आईएएस के प्लूटस आईएएस के पास पूरा रिकॉर्ड है। अब तो लाइव में भी है, लाइव चल रही है ना ये क्लास। पूरा नाम भी बता दो, शिवांश क्या? शिवांश मिश्रा जब भी एग्जाम क्रैक करेगा प्लूटस का स्टूडेंट है, मेरा स्टूडेंट है। हाँ, लाइव विटनेस ऋषभ है। What? इसमें ये बोलेगा तो सोशियोलॉजी में, सोशियोलॉजी की तो बात कर रही हूँ मैं, हाईएस्ट मार्क्स इन सोशियोलॉजी। हमारे पास एथिक्स है, ऐसे नहीं है कि हम तुमको जीएस का स्टूडेंट बना देंगे सोशियोलॉजी के हो तो, उसके लिए हमारे पास कनिष्क है, राइट, हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, और बेटर है आपके जहाँ पे आप 250 में बैठ के पढ़ते हैं। हमारे टीचर्स को हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के बारे में पता होता है, कनिष्क से पूछ सकते हो आप, हम कॉल घर तक पहुंचाते हैं कि पढ़ाई कर रहे हो कि नहीं कर रहे हो। ताए साई तो पढ़ रही है. जल्दी लिखिए गाइस, जल्दी से. We need to complete it today. 3 more minutes. Okay, people can complete it then afterwards. We don't have that much of time. Okay, आप इस एग्जाम्पल को कोट कर लेना. Okay, कि किस तरीके से how you people have to give explanation on this. Any method, any social phenomena when you are, but do write on this that this is what a power of methodology or sociological methods, that we are going to see the same world with different or with sociological lenses. Okay. So there are different ways of classifying or categorizing the various methods commonly used by sociologists. It is conventional, for example, to distinguish between quantitative and qualitative methods. You can write this here. The former deal in countable or measurable variables and later deal with the abstract and hard to measure phenomena like attitudes, emotions, and so on. A related distinction is between methods that observable behavior and those that study non-observable. So another way of classifying method is to rely on secondary or already existing data. So what is secondary data? Books, newspapers, data किसी ने पहले से काम किया हुआ है. And then primary data. जल्दी से लिखेंगे secondary and primary data. Primary data that I went to a field and I collected research. So that is a primary data. And secondary data, we are using the references. Yeah, जैसे books है ये वो. हाँ, exactly. But secondary and primary data. Yet another way of categorization is to separate micro from macro methods. The former designed to work in small intimate settings, usually with single researcher. Thus the interview and participant observation are thought as of micro methods. Macro methods are that are able to tackle large scale research involving large numbers of respondents. Survey research is the most common example of macro methods, some historical methods. So whatever the mode of classification, it is important to remember that it is a matter of convention. The dividing line between different kinds of methods need to be very sharp. It is often need not to be very sharp. It is often possible to convert one kind of method into another. The choice of method is usually dictated by the nature of the research. Write down how we are going to choose the method by the research methodology. तो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन लिखोगे the difference between research methods and methodology. So research methodology is a broader framework. If I am making, for instance, a chocolate cake, so what ingredients I will use? Chocolate. If it is strawberry, then strawberry, right? I'm just giving example here. Just a moment. यहाँ पे फ्रेमवर्क की बात कर रहे हैं, ये समझ में आ रहा है ना? रिसर्च मेथडोलॉजी एंड मेथड्स. तो ये क्वेश्चन लिख लो आप लोग. डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन research methods and methodology. So research methodology is a broader framework. If you are conducting ethnographic research, so methods will be participant observation. Okay? So to explain that, I have given a very name and example. जैसा broad framework होगा वैसे ingredient आप choose करोगे. You want to make a strawberry cake, you will go for strawberries then, right? So if I am doing historical research, I will go for data like past documents, archaeological evidences. Okay? So if I am doing, let's just say, I am doing survey on suicide rates, then I would be using like मैं एक large picture, large population को cover करना चाह रही हूँ. I want to tell what is the education literacy rate in India. So I cannot go and ask, I have to do survey then. I cannot do the participant observation. No, if I have to cover, for example, जब आपका census होता है, you get lot of details. तो आपसे कोई personally आके थोड़ी ना पूछता है सारी चीजें. You give the questionnaire and then they fill. It's a large coverage. Okay? So macro and this and that. So research methodology क्या होता है? एक broader framework है. Research methods, techniques. It is a ways or tools from which by using that we collect the data. Okay? Clear हो गया? बाद में और इसको एक्सप्लेन करेंगे रिसर्च मेथड्स एंड मेथडोलॉजी को. बस यहाँ पे आपको ये लिखना था इधर साइड में, ठीक है? Because the method most distinctive of sociology are those that are designed to produce primary data. What is primary data? First hand information. Okay, write down. First hand information. Even within this, the category of fieldwork based methods. So you might can get question on fieldwork. And these topic which you can see here. This is your topic 3 in your syllabus, mains ka syllabus. Now participant observation. So what is participant observation? You people can read. I will explain this to all of you. It is a field work. Okay. It is often known as field work. Qualitative. Now I will explain this. Social anthropology and sociology is same. Okay. So what is participant observation? Researchers generally go and live in that place and participate in their community. And then he or she is observing there for a longer period of time. So अगर आप 1-2 years वहां पे रहोगे, so you'll become a part of their life. Okay. So field study. So field work as a rigorous scientific method played a major role in establishing anthropology as a social science. The early anthropologists were amateur enthusiasts interested in exotic primitive cultures. So you can say here and write down the name, okay? जेम्स फ्रेजर. कभी यूपीएससी ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछ लेता है ना आपसे, फिर आपको लगता है कहां से ये क्वेश्चन आ गया. जेम्स फ्रेजर, द गोल्डन बो, explaining about religion. Imail Durkheim on Arunta tribes. although I would be explaining this, so James Fraser has given explanation that how religion has evolved. So write down how religion has evolved according to James Fraser. James Fraser, देखो James Fraser, the golden bow. Just a moment. I am doing value addition here only. Since I teach both optionals, and it is a very important part. You will just write down the pictures which I am sharing. You will meanwhile people can write down that James Rowe argue on the same line which was explained to us by Auguste Comte. That how people's psychological aspects changed and their beliefs also evolved. It is like magic, religion, and science. Just a moment. Although I would not be explaining all those so in detail, but I just want that how you people should be knowing that it's very important for all of us to know a lot of theories. Okay. It is not coming here. Just a moment. Okay. It is going to take a lot of time. What do you people have written? The Golden Bow by James Fraser. He is explaining that religion is evolving. Okay. So he is explaining on the lines of Auguste Comte only. So it's like magic, religion, and science. Okay, right? So first of all, we did have superstitious beliefs to explain religion. Then we have got actually religion. Okay, and then we have got science, that no, there is science we have to believe in. So Clifford Geertz, for example, has explained about lot many theories. Okay, similarly we do have the golden bow, but I right now it is, I do not know, it's taking a lot of time. It is there, but I want all of you to read it when whensoever I would be giving this theory. People can just write it down. I think here you will get. Sir Edward Bernard Taylor, you people have discussed, no? So this is what Sir Edward Bernard Taylor. Then merit. Don't worry, I would be explaining this. Okay. So this is the book name, Magic, Religion and Science. Okay, the golden bow. People can write down, evolutionary one. And this work, you will can just write little bit here. Just simple. Magic is the primordial form of human thought. Okay, just write down this. Magic. People were just trying to understand through magic, superstitious beliefs. Okay. It was these magicians, according to Fraser, believed in the nature and developed imaginary laws. However, in course of time, the more intelligent members of the society, Auguste Comte, take disillusionment. Okay, and then this have changed. Then we have got the stage of religion, and then we have got a scientific stage. Okay. So when I would be explaining religion, I would be explaining in depth. But why I have stopped and made a point so that you people can see. This is what UPSC is actually doing. We may think that questions are coming like that, but it is definitely important for all of you to have some sort of connection from anthropology. Okay? And you can get direct question on this. Discuss the golden bow of James Fraser. हमेशा यूपीएससी ऐसा करते हैं. रॉबर्ट माइकल, ओके, टेलरिज्म, समझ में आ गया? ओके, सो टूवर्ड्स ये आपने हमने यहाँ पे लिख लिया. दैट्स इट. ये आप फील्ड वर्क को भी इंपॉर्टेंट कर लेंगे. यू पीपल विल रीड दिस. And I have already explained to all of you about Malinowski. So you people can read about fieldwork and understand Malinowski. मैंने लिखवाया था ना आप लोगों को ट्रॉब्रायंड वन, ट्रॉब्रायंड आइलैंडर्स. ओके, यहाँ से आप लोग पढ़ लेना. Okay, you people can get a question on genealogy. Please write down. In family, marriage, kinship, you people are going to see this. और इसमें डेविड मॉर्गन क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. राइट डाउन साइड में डेविड मॉर्गन. What is genealogy? Genealogy is like a family tree. Okay, so I'm tracing my ancestors. In family, marriage, kinship, you are going to read so grandparents and their brother, sister, and so on. So this would be done from many generations, as a person could remember. So the information obtained from one person would be cross-checked and this and that. So we are trying to understand, to trace our ancestor or lineages. So a genealogy would help acquaint the anthropologist with the structure of the community, and in practical sense would enable him or her to meet with people and become familiar with the way community lives. Okay, so this is what we also do, and this would going to be there with your family, marriage, kinship ka point. Okay, so such people are called informants. Who are the informants? Who we are having conversation with. Okay, Such people are called informants or principal informants. In the early days, the term native informant was also used. Informants act as the answer, or you can get a question define informants. Don't take sociology easily. और ये सारे नाम आपके पास हैं, रेडक्लिफ ब्राउन, इवेंट प्रिचर्ड, फ्रेंच बोज, मार्गरेट मीड, क्लिफर्ड गीट्स, बाली में उन्होंने कॉक फाइट पे पूरा एथनोग्राफिक स्टडी किया है. ओके, इन सारे थिंकर्स का नाम लिखो, बिकॉज व्हेन आई वुड बी doing value addition, I would be teaching anthropological theories to all of you. लिख लेना ये सारे, ठीक है. Now field work in sociology, more or less the same technique. Sociology's field work differs not so much in the content, what is done during field work, but in its context. So yes, there is a difference in anthropology and sociology field work, but in context. Where it is done, distribution of emphasis across different areas. Sociologists would also live among a community, attempt to become an insider. However, unlike the anthropologists who typically went to remote tribal community, but this is a myth, it is not like that. Sociological field work not necessarily involved living in, although it did not respond. So, for example, William Foote White, an American Ricoinam, did his field work among the members of street gang in Italian American slum. He lived in the area for 3.5 years, hanging out, just spending time together with members of the gang or group who were mostly poor and unemployed youth, the first American-born generation in a community of immigrants. While this example of sociological fieldwork is very close to anthropological, okay, it can take different forms. For example, you can write down this, okay? Fieldwork in sociology, some difficulties. लिख लेना, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ऐसी नहीं है यहाँ पे विलियम फूटे वाइट. ओके, read this. Compared to anthropologists who studies a primitive tribe in a remote part, although this is a very myth, okay, ऐसे नहीं है. Anthropologists study just like sociologists do. In the first place, he is dealing with literate people. It is certain that some of these people, and perhaps many of them, will read his research. If he discusses the name of the districts that I have done, many outsiders apparently will not discover where the study was actually located. The people in the district, of course, how it known about them and this and that. In such situation, the researcher carries a heavy responsibility. He would like his book to be some help to the people of the district. At least he wants to take steps to minimize the chances of doing it in any harm, fully recognizing the possibility of certain individuals. So इसको जरूर कर लेना. But how in field work in sociology, you might can get some difficulties. And we are going to discuss M. and Srinivas' work also on this. So in Indian sociology, an important way in which fieldwork methods have been used in village studies. देखो village studies बहुत important है. Please write down this line. Village studies become really important after independence because now the narratives of the research was being framed by independent Indian research scholars. Quickly, people can just write down. Then the limitations. This you people have to read this. Behind Mud Walls, लिखो, written by William and Charlotte Weiser. Remembered Village, Srinivas. पूरा का पूरा इंडियन विलेज के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आता है, ये पूरा लिख लेना, पॉइंट्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Okay, yesterday only I have explained, no, insider and outsider, MA kinetic. So it is this insider perspective that is the greatest return on the substantial investment of time and effort. Okay. So most other research methods cannot claim to have detailed knowledge of the field. So this is what you can see. That is why we are getting questions on this part. It has weakness also, field work by its very nature involves very long drawn on it. बहुत time taking है, biasness भी हो जाता है इसमें. Okay, so this you can just talk on all this part. तो ये हम एंथ्रोपोलॉजिस्ट की बात सोच रहे हैं या एक्चुअली ऐसा है भी. So there is no other version available. So most generally field work methods are criticized. I think you just have to do quick reading on it because already ये बहुत important topic है तो आपको पढ़ना होगा बहुत deeper. Then the surveys. In India, we have seen increasing use of survey for various non-academic purposes, production of election results and so on. Okay. So what and how we are doing? So we are conducting such people are usually referred to as respondents. They respond to the questions. Okay. Then we are giving them questions or questionnaires. You have got question on questionnaire also. लिखो pointer लिखो जो मैं highlight कर रही हूँ ताकि जब आप लोग इसको read करोगे, you know that what is important. So the survey main advantage as a social scientific method is that it allows you to generalize results from a large population, which I've already explained. Then sampling, कल बताया था मैंने. The sample survey is able to provide a generalizable result despite being selective by taking advantage of the discoveries of a branch of statistics called लिखो sampling theory. इन सब में आप लोग एक आंसर जरूर बना लीजिएगा 250 वर्ड्स का. सैम्पलिंग थ्योरी. सैम्पलिंग थ्योरी, प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग, ये हम बहुत ज्यादा डीप नहीं करेंगे. यू विल जस्ट रीड इट वंस. प्रोबेबिलिटी, नॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग, they are called random events. You will have to read this. Okay, to understand how a survey sample is actually selected, let us take concrete example. Suppose we wish to examine the hypothesis that living in smaller, more intimate community produce greater inter-community harmony than living in larger. So for the sake of simplicity, let us suppose we are interested only in the rural sector. So हम किस तरीके से large size ले रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं. 10 villages we have taken. I have already explained in yesterday class. मैं सबको किसी को भी explain नहीं करने जा रही हूँ. आप लोगों को खुद देखना है, पढ़ना है. Sampling, what is sampling, how we are conducting. और definitely जब आपको advanced level पे पढ़ना है, yeah, write down sampling error. So how you can get a question on sampling errors. अभी तक आया नहीं है but आ सकता है. So we are using a small sample to stand for a large population. Okay. The main strength of the survey method is that it is able to provide a broad overview. Sample size भी लिख लो एक बारी. And read all this. और अगर आपके जीएस में ऐसे फिगर्स नहीं होते हैं ना, जीएस मेंस में, यू विल गेट लेस मार्क्स. ठीक है. देयर आर सम क्वेश्चंस जहाँ पे आपको ये फिगर्स वगैरह भी दिखाना चाहिए. वो तभी पॉसिबल है जब आप अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करते हो. Then you people please read interview method because it will not help reading. I mean, you people have to read it once. I am going to explain in mains only. Okay. After just completing this topic, एक topic 2 and 3 हम कल discuss करेंगे. It will not be live. Okay. That's it. So there is one more topic क्योंकि ये अपने आप को read करना है पहले. Okay. Read this and then I would be just taking some few classes on these topics only, but NCERT में जितना है उसमें help नहीं होगा. So there is one more PPT for basics classes only. वो upload करूंगी मैं topic 2 and 3 and then we'll have a discussion on it. Okay? Is this now clear? So you can see that you people have to go home today and make a substantial reading on this topic, topic 5. Otherwise, कल का topic आपको समझ नहीं आएगा फिर deeper. Take 1.5 hours and read it. Word to word, word to word. Okay? All paragraphs. Don't skip. You may find it boring. Your mind would say कि time waste हो रहा है. Please don't listen. Okay? Then we will have one PPT and we'll have a discussion on it. Okay?